Hi everyone. So welcome to this session on crack NPAT in 30 days. So what we will be discussing today, obviously the paper pattern, the test interface, important topics in each section and strategy for each of the three sections, that is QA, LR and verbal ability, and last but not the least the strategy to ace the test. So if we talk about the paper pattern, all the three sectional have a sectional breakup of 40 questions each. It has 120 question overall to be attempted in 100 minutes. There is no sectional time limit, plus one for every correct question, and there is no negative marking. Calculator is also not made available. Now, one thing that student needs to keep in mind that this year you can switch from one section to other section. You can either start from the first section or second section or third section. Until last year, that option was not available. Only if you were able to complete 40 question in the first section, then you move to next section, then you move to the next section, and once you complete 120 question, you were able to go back to all the 120 question. But from this year onward, they have changed it, and I would say it's a welcome move for the student. Student can directly jump to a logical reasoning or a verbal ability section. So this is a slight change in the interface this year. If you talk about the quantitative ability section, then you have two sets on data interpretation, which has around 8 questions. Trigonometry has around 6 questions, statistics 6 questions, time and work 4 questions, algebra, which will be linear quadratic inequalities, will have 4 questions, set theory, Venn diagram 3 questions, probability 3 questions, sequence and series 1 question, ratio proportion 1, percentage, mixture allocation, chores and indices, and HCF LCM 1 question. So this constitute of the 40 question. Obviously there will obviously maybe plus or minus 1 in each of the following topics. So this is more or less, you can say, the breakup of the QA quant section. Now this section is generally I would say that it helps students to get into that top 300 rank, top 100 rank, because the other two sections are relatively very easy. It will have a mix of 8 to 10 easy, around 18 to 20 moderate, and around 10 to 12 advanced difficult level questions. So student need to make sure that easy and the moderate level questions you are able to identify, apply the art of living technique that we have taught you many times. The video for the same is also available, art of living, or we also say that this is ABC strategy. Okay, so apply that strategy, develop the skill of art of leaving the difficult questions and ensuring that you are selecting, you are attempting only those questions which are easy or easy to moderate. Now, how many questions to be attempted, what is the genuine attempt, how much time to be spent, so we will discuss when we move to the strategy part. But yes, you need to ensure that trigonometry, statistics, time and work, probability, these are few areas where you will see many questions coming, and this is a topic which generally takes time for students to revise and to solve question. Otherwise, this topics of arithmetic and numbers, these are not very difficult and not very challenging one. Moving on to the next section, which is nothing but as logical reasoning. So you have around 8 to 9 verbal reasoning question and roughly around 7 to 8 visual reasoning question. Now, most of the entire, I would say out of 120, around 90 to 100 questions has 4 options. There are some question which has 3 options, and there are some question which has 5 options. So the visual reasoning, all 8 question has 5 options. Syllogisms will have 6 questions. So syllogisms will also have 2 sentence, 3 sentence questions. Series and odd one out, there are around 4 to 5 questions. Coding, decoding, around 3 to 4, 5 questions. Data comparison has 3 questions and it only has 3 options, whether the comparison is true, false, or it is uncertain. So these are the 3 options that they generally give. You have 3 questions on Venn diagram and 3 questions on family tree. Having said this, they can also ask 1 or 2 questions on direction sense, which is missing here. Till last year, there were questions on clocks and calendar. This year, we are not able to figure them out in the actual exam. Whether the mentors who have taken the exam or the student who have taken the exam, none of them has come back to us and have said that clocks and calendar were asked in their slot. So this year, till now, in the first few days, clocks and calendar is not tested. So these are the 40 breakup of 40 questions that you should expect in the actual NPAT as well. Now, as I have been telling every year, because it is the window, like, from February to March, April and May, you may experience slight variation, slight deviation in the breakup of the question, plus or minus one, or some other type of question that can be there in the paper. So out of 40 questions, you can say around 34 to 35, this is what they are going to test you upon. Remaining 3 to 5, 6 questions, probably there might be some variation. There might be, not always. Okay. Moving on to the verbal ability, they have 3 passages, 12 questions, 4 questions per passage. Closed test, there are 2 closed tests, 4 questions each, so total of 8 questions. Spot the error, which is nothing but as a part of grammar, 5 questions. Preposition, 5 questions. Vocabulary and phrases, 5 questions. Parajumble, 5 questions. So this is the breakup of the verbal section that you have to thorough with. Now, verbal is generally a game changer and a high scoring section. You will be able to attempt all 40 questions in probably 23 to 25 minutes. Some of the students have also claimed they were able to complete in 22 minutes. So, depending upon how good you are at English. And this will test your speed and accuracy. It is not only speed which matters, but also your accuracy. There is no point in completing the entire section in 22 minutes and getting only 25, 26 marks. Your aim should be to probably solve in 25 minutes and try and get around 30, 35 marks in this particular section. Okay. Now, moving on to the strategy, we talk about QA section. We discussed that you need to use the ABC strategy that IMS has taught you and also develop the art of living question. What is ABC strategy? I'll discuss in short. Abhi karo, baad mein karo, chhod do. A is easy, B is medium, and C is difficult question. So you need to use this strategy for QA section. VA is going to be very high scoring, and that's what we said, it is going to be a game changer. You should at least solve around 7 to 8 NPAT mocks before you write any attempt. At least before the first attempt, you should solve around 7 to 8 mocks, maybe around 3 to 5 mocks after the first attempt, and maybe between the first and second attempt, and another between second and third attempt, solve the remaining mocks. And this is the key, guys. Analysis is the key. You need to start touching 70, 75, 80 marks in the actual exam, in the mock test as well. We will see the cutoffs and everything. So I'm sure you'll be able to figure out why I'm talking about 75 and 80 marks. So ideally, verbal should not take more than 25 minutes, and though we have written your good attempt to be 35, 40, I would say that you should be able to attempt all 40 questions. Okay, probably 35 would be a genuine attempt, because then there is no negative marking. Ideally, you should be attempting everything. Okay, so attempt verbal first. So your 40 questions are in your pocket at the end of 25 minutes. Maybe out of 40 marks, you will at least score around 30 to 33 marks. Correct? Then go and solve logical reasoning. Let's say maximum you spend is 45 minutes and you score, let's say 30 marks, not more than 30. Even if I say 30 here and 30 here, that gives me 60 marks in how much minutes? 70 minutes. My 60 marks are secured. Now this is, we are playing very safe here, getting only 30 marks here and 30 marks here and spending 70 minutes, right? We still have 30 minutes. Now, if you are able to attempt 30 minutes in con, and if you are able to attempt, let's say, around 20 odd questions and get at least 15 correct, so 60 plus 15, it's easy to score 75 marks in the NPAT paper. It is very much possible. A student who are good at maths, who are very quick at maths, probably in 30 minutes, student will be able to attempt around 22 to 25 questions and maybe get around 18-20 odd marks in the QA section also. But irrespective whether you are very good at maths or you are not good at maths, I would suggest that this is how the order of your attempt should be. Just imagine that, you attempt here 50 minutes and able to get only 30 marks. Okay. And then in the remaining 50 minutes, if you are supposed to attempt 80 questions, it becomes difficult to score 45 to 50 marks in the remaining 50 minutes in both the sections. You can try the strategy of attempting QA first in the mocks that you write, but trust me, if you start with verbal, move to logical and then move to con, your marks will be as high as possible. Okay. So try and figure out which strategy works for you. I would recommend that for 9 out of 10 students, this is how the ideal strategy should be, and this is how you will be able to maximize your score. Okay, so this is how your strategy should look like. Now, if you look at the good score for integrated BBA MBA, last year they had called top 300 students for the admission. So the good score was around 82 to 85 marks. For BSc Finance and it will be around 78 to 80 marks something. BBA would be 71 to 73. BCom Honors 65 to 67. BSc Economics around 65 to 67 somewhere. BBA Branding and Advertisement around 58 to 60 marks. BBM Liberal Studies and International Business somewhere in the range of 50 to 52 marks. This would be the good score in the actual exam. However, this is just a rough estimate of what our students have been performing over last few years. NPAT never discloses the marks; they always give the rank. But based on our experience, we feel that this is what the rough estimate or the rough cutoff or the good score in the NPAT exam should be. Forget about the lower end. My suggestion is that you should aim to score 75 and above. Okay, 82, 85 integrated BBA MBA is certain that you will get in. 75 plus BBA is certain. BSc Finance somewhere around 78 to 80 marks. Okay, and as you can see, this is a good score and not the cutoff mark. Cutoff mark will be slightly lesser as compared to what we have mentioned here. So that's it from our end. Thank you everyone and all the best for your NPAT preparation. Hope all of you get into NMIMS Mumbai campus in the desired program that you want to get in.